All right, welcome back to the Made Us in the Ring podcast. We are back after a little bit of a break, but we are better than ever. I'm Mary the Heel, and I am with Axel as always, and Phil, the honorary Oos, is here as well. I
All
will let
right.
everyone plug their socials, and then we'll get started.
What's going on, guys? It's Phil here. Thanks again for allowing me to be on the Meet Us on the Ring podcast. I love being an honorary member. It's a great time talking as always. Let's get to this list ranking. All right, let's go, man. I'm ready for it.
All right. You already know what it is, everybody. Bianca Belair all day, A-Town down. Roman Reigns is trash. We here to talk about some good old rivalries. Um, Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah.
I mean, I have it on the list. You'll see in a second.
Oh God, you do.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, so you guys have to bear with me. I've never screen shared before, so I'm not a wizard like Malik. So give me 1 second and then we'll get this going.
So what you need to do first is make sure you have no tabs open that you wouldn't want anybody to see.
I only have the tier
That's
list.
rule number one. That's rule number one.
All right. Everyone can see it, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll start by going over what we have. And I didn't do every rivalry, known to man, but I tried to do some good ones, some not good ones, and some fun ones. They're kind of in chronological order. I didn't do deep research, so if it's not exact chronological order, don't pay any mind. But we're gonna start. Oh, I'll show you our categories. We have cinema. So if you think that rivalry is pure cinema, it'll go there. We have sports entertained. So like it was a great rivalry. It's not like GOAT status. Then we have mid, obviously, which is mid. We have L. So if it was just like a loser, lame rivalry, but like it's just whatever. And then on the bottom we have cringe, as in this rivalry never should have happened, and it was super cringy watching it happen. So we'll see if anything goes in that category. I'm interested to see how you guys feel.
All right.
Let's get it on.
Oh, sorry, hold on. We'll start with the first one of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Cringe.
Oh, boy. I mean, this was
in the honor of the Iron Sheik. Fuck it, that Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Fair.
It was during the it was way early, way before my time of watching this whole thing. I understand what the whole body slamming of Andre did for Hogan's career and everything like that, but no, this rivalry was not it for me at all.
So what do you rank it?
I'd put it at cringe or L easily.
What?
Highest is L, but lowest, I mean, if we gotta go cringe, we go cringe.
All right, see, I was joking. This isn't cinema.
Okay.
It maybe if you watched it back in the day when it was around the time that it happened, it could have been cinema. They did have Andre the Giant ripping the shirt and everything like that after they've been friends. So I mean, if you watch that, then maybe during that time, but it's got to be sports entertained, because that moment. Granted, I don't care for Hogan and I never watched Andre, but that moment itself did so much for wrestling.
Highest I'll go is actually mid. There.
Now you want to change it. Now you want to change it. Nah, keep the L and cringe. No.
Stand by your statement, Phil.
Well, fine. Fuck Hogan then. Fuck Hogan.
But and I stand by that. Fuck Hogan, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I always bring this person into it, like Sammy Guevara. I don't like Sammy Guevara whatsoever, but I cannot deny the man's in-ring work. I can't deny what Hulk Hogan did for wrestling itself. But it at least sports entertained. It got people who didn't watch wrestling to watch it more. Like, if it wasn't for that slam, who knows?
I mean, this was the biggest rivalry for WrestleMania 1. Like, this for lack of better terms, started it all. Yeah. And I think, yes, obviously Hogan is a piece of shit, but we have to recognize what he did and what this feud did. Like Andre the Giant, I watched his like biography, and I had never really like known everything about Andre the Giant and like kind of his experience and going through WWE, and it's crazy. Like it was absolutely crazy, and him and Hulk Hogan had a really good feud. And like you have to think that there was no social media back then.
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know that these people were friends behind the scenes, and then they had to pretend to hate each other. Like you genuinely thought these two people did not like each other, and I think that plays such a big factor in how good the feud was and the authenticity. So for me, I would put it in sports entertained.
There you go, majority rules. I just hate Hogan to the fact all that, but
that's true.
You guys definitely gave up good points.
But you can't do that, man. You can't deny what he's done. Like I don't. Sure. I was literally explaining to my girl the other day, like why I don't, and it's like, but I will never take away from someone like how I feel about CM Punk. I mean, but then again, Summer Punk, amazing.
Yeah. You guys gave up some good
my personal feelings are my personal feelings. So that's different.
Yeah, for sure.
So are we going with sports entertained then?
Go for it.
Sports entertained.
Go for it.
All right. So the next one we have here is the Monday Night Wars between WWE and WCW. I wanted to add this one because I feel like it's a very important feud in the history of WWE. So what do you guys think?
This again, not my time. So if anybody wants to get upset, that's cool. Maybe it could have been cinema, but there were a lot of low points during this war.
True.
One of the biggest moments that kind of catapulted WWE on the rating side kind of got leaked and with Mankind and everything. So not a lot of things were perfect, but I mean, there's no good category. So I mean, I guess I would still have to go sports entertained because I mean, we'll never get this again.
Mm-hmm.
Vince will never allow this to happen again.
No.
The closest we got to it was NXT versus AEW, and that wasn't even a real thing.
Right.
Was it?
It was, but
I didn't see that, but that's because I didn't really watch.
At the point where NXT was, it was starting to go back to its developmental type of feel.
Right.
It wasn't the full on gold, black and gold, So it wasn't really. Can't really call it a war.
Yeah, they did the whole Wednesday night wars, and it really wasn't a war. I mean, AEW was just doing the numbers that they were doing, but like Axel said, you're never really going to see this again. And when it comes to the whole WCW WWE type of rivalry here, I mean, this has to be put in the sports entertainment aspect because hell, this changed a lot of stuff when it comes to pro wrestling. So I'd have to put in sports entertainment myself.
But do you guys think that it's better than Hulk and Andre the Giant?
I felt, like I said, people are going to be upset because a lot of these next ones, I saw them. So the cinema,
Okay, well, I'll go along with you guys for sports entertained. I like to think when I think about the Monday Night Wars, I always think about DX on the tank, like going to WCW, and I like that part was cinema to me.
There were some great cinematic moments in this.
Everybody thinks of the tank and all that, which is cool because you hear interviews that was real. All that needed to happen was, I think it was either Eric Bischoff or Vince. I forgot who didn't pull it was Eric Bischoff. He didn't pull the trigger. He He could have opened the freaking door and allowed it to happen. But for me, it man. So like after you know the after it was done, the storyline part though, like when Vince bought it, but then Shane came along and said it does say McMahon, but it reads Shane McMahon. That part, I mean, that anything storyline is dope. Yep. Sorry.
Definitely sports entertainment. All right, moving on to Trish and Lita.
Cinema.
Agreed. Phil?
Going, yeah. I mean, come on. It's Trish and Lita. If it's not cinema, then I don't know what's... God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I love both of these women so much. Everyone knows that Lita was my number one originally, and this feud was so good. They were the first ones to have like a really big storyline for the women. At least I think so. And for me, that has to be cinema because it's iconic.
They were definitely the first main event for women on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, that first, right?
And Trish loves to bring that up.
For women's wrestling forever. She loves it.
All right, moving on to Mick Foley and Triple H.
I feel like we need to add another tier.
What do you think?
Because like it's not mid, but I don't want to put it as sports entertained either. Like I feel like it's just in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So then that'd be mid.
Yeah, but it wasn't mid. It was good. Like, but sports entertained isn't good.
All right, maybe we can do mid to good.
I mean, we could do
we can have a range.
I mean,
you know, this is our podcast. We can do whatever we want. We can change these. Phil, what do you think?
I mean, I'm kind of with Axel here. I mean, mid to good is kind of just, I don't know. I put good and mid in separate kind of a thing, but like, because this feud was not mid at all. I had to go back to and watch this because I wasn't really. Again, guys, I started watching in 09-10. Forgive me, but when I went back and watched this, I mean, this was a good rivalry. Like it wasn't like mid, but just good. It did good for both of
them. All right, let me see if I can change this on the fly right now.
Yeah,
all right,
it did solid. It did solid for both of them, honestly. So just good stuff.
All right, well, I added good. So do we want to put it there?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
All right. We have a lot of categories now.
That's 6. We're cool.
I really enjoyed watching the WWE rivalries like episodes on A&E, and I think it was A&E. And the Mick Foley and Triple H was really good. I actually had no idea like how deep that rivalry actually went. Like, because to me, I'm like, when I think of Triple H, I don't think of Mick Foley. You know what I mean? And maybe that's just me, but it was a really good feud, and I was like cringing the whole time with everything that Mick does to his body. I just can't.
Different time.
They had wild matches, and like the fact that he used like all of his characters throughout that feud is hilarious to me.
So good. So good.
Like there is no one today like Mick Foley. There just isn't.
No.
All right, next up we have Undertaker versus Kane. I honestly don't know too much about this feud. I wasn't really watching during that time, or if I was little and I wasn't paying attention to them. So I will let you guys take the floor for this.
Are you talking about this specific time they were feuding, or them feuding as a whole?
As a whole. As a whole.
Because that's a different story.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Because that, as a whole, to me, I love Undertaker and Kane stuff. Like, I was very, in my time when I got into watching and I see these two go at it, I was very much sports entertained. But there were a lot of times during the feud back in the day with these two that could be considered in the good category. So I'm personally putting in the sports entertainment, but that's because of my time watching these two.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Axel?
That's insane. That is
Hey, listen.
insane.
Okay.
My God, it's gotta be Kane, bro. It's everything together is cinema, bro. Like a lot of people don't remember the original storyline for Kane and the reason the Undertaker looks like that. I mean, not the Undertaker. Kane had the mask and everything, and he's burned and all that. Was because the Undertaker lit the house on fire.
Yeah.
Which and then killed their mother, and Kane was the one who got the that's movie shit. It's and then you if we're talking Undertaker and Kane, you have to include Paul Bearer.
Yes.
And then everything he included, like, oh my goodness, like.
Yeah, he was a huge part of that.
They're just two. And then the fact that they're two cinematic type gimmicks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it has to be cinema. Like it has to be. Phil, you're crazy, man. You're crazy,
I'm doing this based on the time that I was starting watching, man. Like, listen, I understand it's a whole thing, and I get that. And if you're talking about the whole thing, you're right. Cinema is the perfect spot. But I was just talking about when I started. It's not my fault when it came to that.
No, it's your fault.
Okay.
Would you guys ever watch? Would you guys watch a movie if someone made a movie that was based off of the Kane and Undertaker storyline?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Would you go to the theater and watch it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, they basically already did. You ever heard of
Their entire career is a movie?
No.
You've never seen See No Evil with Kane?
No.
Oh my goodness.
That's wild. That's actually wild, man.
Am I about to get canceled?
No, you're not gonna. You need to watch
not
it.
Canceled.
What's the movie?
In my opinion, that is WWE's most that is their best movie ever that they've produced.
Wow. Okay.
See No Evil with Kane. It's a horror movie. He's a psycho person who kills people. It's cool.
Well, see, that's why I haven't seen it. I don't watch horror movies. I'm a baby.
Oh, and if you have, I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but the New Day, they had a movie with the Undertaker, and it was kind of like, I forgot how what you call them, but you could like choose what the New Day would do in the movie.
It was like
whatever
interactive.
You decide. Yeah, there we go. Like the interactive movies.
An interactive experience. Yeah.
The Undertaker was in that, and it's kind of so kind of already.
I actually forgot about that. I need to go back and
that was a good
watch
thing
it.
Too.
Is it still on there?
I think it was. Well, I think it was on Netflix.
I
think it was on Peacock by then. I don't know. One of the two.
If someone knows, tell us in the comments.
It should be.
That was pretty dope, though.
All right. Well, based off of the fact that
put it in cinema,
the storyline was so good.
Cinema. Yeah.
Cinema. All right.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Our next feud is Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
This is cinema.
Cinema.
This is cinema to me.
I mean,
this is cinema.
Okay, but let's explain why though.
Because glass break and no chance in hell. That's it.
It's the rebel going. It's everybody wanting to get at their boss, but we're just too not too afraid to do it. But like, hey, you lived through Stone Cold because he was the one that actually had the balls to do what he did to his boss and Vince McMahon. It was. I mean, there's more to that, obviously, when it comes to this, but That right there. Come on.
He was like the anti-hero.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you weren't supposed to side with him for a lot of things, but you do because we all felt that way. Like at one point in our lives, I mean, obviously, like we were children when this was happening, but like today, there's times where I've wanted to just, spray my boss with a beer truck.
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone?
Come on. I mean,
No, but this
Yeah.
was such good storytelling, and they continued to play into it for years. And I don't know any other like current storylines like that.
And then the double turn. I mean, when the
Yeah.
double turn happened, man, like, dude, that was an iconic moment in itself. So I mean,
Yeah.
that it has to be here.
And one of my favorite moments from this feud is the hospital room.
Dude,
When Stone Cold goes in. That was so good. And like you just don't see that type of stuff anymore. It was so good.
Yeah.
100% it was cinema. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
All right, sticking with Stone Cold. Stone Cold versus The Rock. I mean, come on.
Who doesn't talk about this rivalry not being as good as it was?
It's one of the most iconic rivalries in history.
Like, there's a reason why there were so many, like, multiple WrestleManias when it comes to these two going up against each other. It's cinema to me right here.
Well, let me ask you guys, whose side were you on?
That's interesting. Because again, had to go back and watch this because I was a kid during this, but I loved Stone Cold more than The Rock personally. I was more of a Stone Cold guy than The Rock, and then obviously I grew to like The Rock as I got older and everything like that. But I was more of a Stone Cold guy. That's me.
Axel, what about you?
What, Stone Cold or The Rock? It was definitely Stone Cold.
You were on his side?
Of course. He got to beat up his boss. He was beating up the bad guys.
I don't know. I'm a Rock girly through and through. So
he's the tooth fairy. You can have it.
He's the Scorpion King. Thank you.
He's in the game plan.
He's definitely the tooth fairy.
He's Black Adam.
He's definitely in the game plan, like Phil said. Dressed like a ballerina. Yeah.
Number one on the field and number one in your heart. Come on now.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do for a paycheck, But this feud, obviously, it's one that people still talk about today, and they were the two megastars. And I can't even say we have that today. We have one star, really, and it's Roman Reigns. Like, these were the two top guys. Like, they were so neck and neck.
You put some respect on I can't even say his name. Never mind. I ain't even gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Whoa.
The Lord knows. The Lord knows I'm about to tell a lie.
So, are we placing this in cinema as well?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. All right.
I said sports entertained, but I'm voting. No, I'm outvoted anyway. You both said cinema, right. So it's cool.
Okay. The next one, one of my absolute favorites, Eddie and Ray. I love them both so much.
Yeah.
It's cinema solely off of the custody of Dominic match.
Like cinema
happened
again without social media.
Oh, social media would have. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
Can you imagine being in the audience during that and really thinking like this kid might go home with Eddie Guerrero right now? Like it's so interesting to think about that time and think about how it'd be different if there was social media back then. And I think there's obviously pros and cons of social media. We're all on social media. We're content creators, but it ruins wrestling sometimes. And I just want to suspend. What is it? Suspend my belief. Is that the phrase?
Yes. Yeah.
I wish I could do that, but we can't. We just like, and Eddie versus Ray. They had so many great matches. Like, we can't not talk about Halloween Havoc with Ray's iconic purple ring gear.
So good. Oh my god.
Like, that match was so crazy.
I love it. I love everything about this rivalry. I love everything about those two. Like, there's I talk about it with people all the time. These two people are influential to many across like fans of sports entertainment and pro wrestling. I mean, there's not a moment in time where these two just don't get talked about, especially in the rivalry together.
And the fact that this is still being used today, with Dom and Ray's feud, which we'll talk about later, but
I'll get there.
It has gone across generations at this point, so 100% cinema. All right, next up we have John Cena and Edge. How are we feeling?
I love this rivalry. I honestly think, personally, Edge is Cena's best rival. I know a lot of people are probably going to go to Randy, because obviously Randy and Cena have had so many matches with each other. But to me, this is Cena's best rivalry.
Axel, what about you?
Well, first off, Cena's greatest rivalry is against Brodus Clay. All
right, fine. I was wrong.
They never even feuded. I'm joking. But this is sports entertainment. Like, if you want to say cinema, I get it, but it's definitely on the sports entertainment side, you know. But I just can't. Would I want to see a movie about it? No. If we're going that route, would I want to see a movie? No, I wouldn't.
I wasn't personally going to put it in cinema. I was actually going to put it in sports entertainment, but I do believe that this is the best rivalry for Cena. So I was very sports entertained.
I'm torn between good and sports entertained, just because I feel like it could have been better. I don't know.
Okay.
And because, when I think about it, the only part that really felt like sports entertainment to me, obviously besides their matches, is when Edge went to Cena's dad's house. And I'm sorry, Mr. Cena, if you ever see this, you should have taken some acting classes before this.
Damn. Why are you going after senior now, man? Come on now.
Sorry, Mr. Cena. So, but if you both say sports entertained, we'll go with sports entertained. Our next one is The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Cinema.
Shawn and Undertaker. No, come on. Shawn and Undertaker cinema.
You are a cinema. I could watch you forever. Come on now.
I go back every year and watch both of their matches from WrestleMania.
Really?
Not even just their Mania matches. The story. I go back every single year since I've been a wrestling fan.
He goes back and watches the WLC. He's lying.
I'm not lying.
Hey, that was a good match.
I go back every year and watch both of their Mania matches. Every year. It don't matter when. I just go back.
I mean, I'm outvoted on this. Everyone knows how I feel about Shawn Michaels, so we won't go there right now. So you guys get this one. Next one. Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole. With Stone Cold as the guest referee.
You actually put this thing here.
I did.
Fat cringe.
Come on.
I love Michael Cole.
This is terrible.
But kudos to Michael Cole, though, for getting in the ring and doing the damn thing. You know what I mean?
No! No! Don't give him credit.
It was Jack Swagger.
What do you mean?
It was Jake Hager. Come on now. Hell, he cost my boy Jerry the WWE Championship against The Miz in that ladder match, man. Come on now.
I love Michael Cole. Y'all hating.
The coal miner, bro. Come on, do you remember the box? The box? Because he was just by himself being a pouty little bitch. Yeah.
Petty pouty little bitch. That's crazy.
All right. Well, we'll move on because y'all hating. John Cena versus The Rock. Another iconic one. Not necessarily one that's great.
Once in a lifetime became twice in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I loved it, but I do it.
No, you didn't. Don't lie, Phil.
Why are you always hating on me? Okay.
If Malik was here, he would probably say this was sports entertained or cinema.
No, he would say it's cringe. Oh, let me stop.
No, he loves John Cena too much.
Yeah. What is
no, but, I mean, I love
cringe.
I love The Rock, but it wasn't his best feud. It was, and I don't even know if I could call it really a rivalry. It was just two big WrestleMania matches. Yes, they talk shit to each other on the mic.
That was a rivalry. He said, "You can't see me. You can't see me."
Who do you guys think is better on the mic?
The matches are
Fruity Pebbles.
What were you saying, Phil?
The matches were great. To me, I love the actual matches itself at Mania, but it took a year to get to those points.
Yeah.
when they got together and actually do like this rivalry, well, that promo itself, I believe that was like when they first finally met face to face. It was cool. Like I was a very happy kid watching this, but I am sports entertained. But honestly, if you put it at good, I'm not mad at it. Like it was just good.
I'll agree with good. What about you, Axel?
So y'all both say good, so it's gonna be good anyway. But it's definitely sports entertained. It would have been cinema if it was once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that would be with Cena winning. That was supposed to be the original goal, but after years of Cena burying people, karma's a bitch. But making it twice in a lifetime added so many unnecessary things, like making CM Punk a part of it by having The Rock beat him, to that being the way to have Cena win the Rumble.
That's why I put it at good, because there were so many other obstacles that didn't need to happen.
Like if it was just I hear voices in the air, hear them loud and clear, once in a lifetime, definitely would have been cinema. But it was sports entertainment. Like, even though, yeah, we didn't see a lot of them on TV, but they did have the promos, and that it was entertainment. Then when they finally got into the ring, it was crazy. So I'm gonna go with sports entertainment, but you both say good, so Phil, you're a yabba dabba bitch. No,
well, Phil and I might get hate for this, but it's going in good.
Terrible.
All right, and this next one, over several years, several WrestleManias, several SummerSlams, probably gonna happen again.
Their 10-match rivalry.
This is gonna hurt.
Uh-oh.
This rivalry. Wait. Get back to me. I got to make sure before I say it.
Come on.
Don't backtrack.
No.
Don't backtrack, man. You did.
I got to collect my thoughts before I get the words out of my mouth.
Okay. Well,
so Phil, you can go ahead and lie.
Listen, I honestly kind of want to wait for you, man. What were you gonna say here? What do you mean by that? Come on now.
Nah, you know what? Now you know what? Yeah. I may not like Roman, but boy, do I love Brock Lesnar. This rivalry, like it or not, is cinema.
Cinema?
Cinema.
Axel.
Highest I know is sports entertainment.
The growth, let alone the growth with Roman Reigns through the rivalry, the fact that Paul Heyman has been on both sides during this rivalry, where they even played that into the most recent rivalry. The point where every time they have feuded, it has been for a championship, whether the people liked it or not. Almost always at WrestleMania, and every time it just got better. There was progress. Because at the beginning it was complete fucking utter garbage. But I mean, come on, you look at the most recent. I mean, come on, the tractor trailer, adding Paul Heyman into that. First, Roman wants to kick him out, and then Brock's talking all mean to him, and now Roman wants to be like, hey, don't talk to him like that. You watch what you say to him. Like, you guys can say what you want. You can put it at mid, you can put it at good. Hell, if you guys want to put it at cringe, that's cool. But it is cinema.
I'm putting it as sports entertaining because I mean, a lot of the stuff that you said with the growth of Roman and the actual matches that they had as the rivalry progressed, like you said at the beginning of it, I didn't care for it at all. But the growth of Roman, Paul Heyman being a part of it all, I was very much sports entertained.
See, I just you guys know how I feel about Brock Lesnar. I don't like Brock Lesnar
here either. I don't like Brock Lesnar here either. I never really liked Brock Lesnar up until recently.
Cinema.
Like, see, we all don't like at least one of these people in this rivalry.
Yeah.
But at the point in time when you see the growth of both men and how they actually were able to do the matches and actually make most of them like different from one another, depending on how much Brock wanted to work. I'll say that. It like then you got it. I was very much sports entertained.
I mean, I think their best match was the SummerSlam match, the Last Man Standing match.
I'm not mad at that.
Fucking tractor, man.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to take it back to 2015 with that match, Axel, you and Malik went at it about that particular match. It wasn't good, and Seth saved it with the heist of the century. And
exactly.
But that wasn't these two though. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put it in sports entertained. I can't put it in cinema because I still don't think that Brock has good mic skills. That's just me. Other people really enjoy his promos.
Well, you are what we call crazy.
That is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
All right, it can go in sports entertained.
Terrible. Malik, I tried.
If he was here, it would be in cinema. Y'all would have fought tooth and nail.
Oh, this is
cringe.
This is cringe.
You know what? No, this is
cringe.
This is bad.
If you guys saw my recent video on TikTok, I loved this rivalry. I want the T-shirt that's on the WWE shop.
It
was so good. Come on.
This was bad, man. Come on now. No. High Psycho was L, but this is cringe.
I really enjoyed their match at SummerSlam.
Cringe.
But you gotta admit though, this was Brie's best feud in her entire career.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was a highlight for Stephanie too. Obviously Stephanie has had feuds before. Yes, because it was mostly about her. It wasn't her and Triple H. It wasn't, Triple H and then she just got involved. It was her feud with Brie. and that's why I enjoy it, because I love Stephanie McMahon. I love the Bellas. I loved everything about this.
So where are you trying to put this?
I will. Yeah. I won't go lower than mid.
So you want to put it at good?
No, I can put it at mid, but I won't go any lower than that.
All right. Well, I got it at cringe. Phil, where you at, man?
Highest is L, lowest is cringe. So we gotta figure this out.
No, you gotta figure it out. She's at mid. I'm at cringe. You. So you could either.
Oh, okay. So I either side with Mary, who could honestly kick my ass, or I side with Axel, who can honestly kick my ass. So...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter because she put it at mid.
Yeah.
And you already said cringe or L. So either you're gonna side with me and put it on cringe, or you're gonna pick L, and we're just gonna have to put it at L as a mutual. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna rank it lower than she does, regardless. So you're fucked.
Fuck it. Then you know what? I might as well just get kicked in the ass by both of y'all. Put it at L.
All right, handicap match. Let's get it.
All right. OTT people, meet me at the hospital because it's gonna be wild.
But let the record show.
We about to get you on some 3-minute warning shit. Yes, sir.
You got me for 3 minutes.
Let the record show. I would never put Brie Bella in the L or Miss the Queen, Stephanie McMahon. I would never put her in the L. I am outvoted on this.
Wait, Queen? With the Queen? Where's Charlotte? I don't see Charlotte.
Is she down there? Don't worry.
She was trolling today. Oh my god.
There goes another one.
Okay,
I wish you died in the womb.
Mary just be trying to throw these in here. Listen.
You know I have
to be slick with it. I know you. You're trying to be slick with it now.
This was not needed. This was not needed. This was so cringe,
bad.
bro.
So bad.
This was so cringe. This was not. There was no reason to do this.
There were so many unnecessary turns, and that "I wish you died in the womb" bit, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. You guys cannot even satisfy that. You can't tell me that was good.
Written all over it. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, that one line, it's Vince. There was no need for this.
You can't tell me this was good. You can't even settle for mid. No.
Linda, listen. Linda, listen. You guys know that I had to put Nikki in here at least once, and I was trying to think about, her different feuds. Obviously, she didn't really have that many. It was like AJ Lee, Paige, Brie, and Charlotte, and then Ronda. But I already put Ronda in here once. I wasn't gonna put her again. So might as well go with Nikki and Brie. I mean, come on. We're basically, repeating a similar storyline right now with Jay and Jimmy, with twins feuding. So,
but nobody's saying
who are the OGs here?
No one's saying she died in the womb.
Don't you ever compare the Uso storyline that's going right now with the Bellas? Don't you ever do that? Don't try to slide that in there. Phil, how could you just let that happen?
I'm not. I told you.
You didn't say
no one.
You were like, what? Yeah, yeah, it's almost the same thing. You're right. Yeah.
No, I never said that, bro. Never. Never said that. And they did not say, "I wish you died in the womb." Come on now. That line right there is the reason why this feud is so trash.
It could be coming. We don't know. Jimmy or Jay could say that soon.
Fun fact, they're not identical twins, right?
Yeah, they're fraternal twins.
No, they're not.
What?
I said no, they're not.
Identical,
you mean? Oh, okay. I was about to say, Phil, what are you talking about?
No, they're not identical.
Okay, yeah. So I knew that. So you guys putting this in L or cringe?
Cringe.
Cringe, man. No.
All right.
Get this rivalry away from me. Honestly, if you erased it from history, it wouldn't have even probably changed anything.
Okay, but it played off of the Stephanie and Brie storyline because Nikki turned on
Oh,
Brie at
let me, let me,
SummerSlam, and
let me,
then it
You're really trying.
let me,
I know.
let me tell
You're
you something. Let
trying.
me
I
tell you
get
something
it.
right here.
what?
No. Okay, good, because my girl in here too. And Mary, by the way, my girl, she's a big Nikki Bella fan, so we go at it all the time. But
Thank you, then. Thank you.
But you put this feud when honestly you could have put Nikki versus AJ Lee, or you could have even put John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice.
I thought about putting that.
As
That would have
crazy as
been better than this.
proposal was, the feud was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wedding proposal wasn't needed, but you know.
I cried. I was there in person, and like,
oh my!
I literally
I forgot you were there. I knew you probably should have cried.
Tears running down my face. My brother's looking at me laughing because of how much I love Nikki.
Knowing you and knowing that you cried makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And then now I like think about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Let's not talk about that time.
Cringe.
Her and Artem are beautiful. Their son Mateo, so cute. Anyway, moving on. All right, next feud, a better women's feud. Of Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Leaps and bounds. I just love everything about these two.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, everything personal feelings aside, looking at the entire Rivalry as a whole, though, from everything NXT to their main roster stuff, I can't put it anything lower than Sports Entertained. But for me, it's cinema.
Okay.
I can't put it anything lower than Sports Entertained. If you try to, you didn't watch it.
See, Phil's just Phil's just being Phil. You know.
Listen, if I can't be me, then who can I be, bro? Sorry.
Period.
Sorry.
I don't know. Magneto. I don't know. But I don't want to say it's not cinema because you can never really put a rivalry that high when there's a tag team story within it. Like, yes, we have the rivalry with them, but then at the same time, during the pandemic, they were both the women's tag team champions and SmackDown women's champion and Raw women's champion. So I mean,
they held it down during that time.
They did that together. So for me, like, the highest I'll go is Sports Entertained, but I could say good solely because like they had a little tag team action too. Bayley turned this time, and it was like, oh my God, Bayley did it. Oh no, but,
that's why I loved it so much because it was something different. Like everybody expected Sasha to do it, but it was Bayley, and that's why I liked it so much. Like I said, anything lower than Sports Entertained, I'm not accepting it.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling. Listen. You've been yelling at me this whole time.
Well, why are you not basing your voice right now, man?
I gotta defend myself here.
Oh, I'm defending myself, man.
Well, for me, I would put this in Sports Entertained. I think their matches were incredible in NXT and on the main roster. I mean, they're two of the 4 horsewomen. You know, we have the other 2 on here as well to rank, but for me, their feud is Sports Entertained.
Yeah.
So moving on to the other 2 horsewomen of Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
This is very interesting.
Mid.
I want to hear from you guys because
mid.
Interesting. Okay.
I would say the same.
It is interesting, huh, Phil? Huh? Yeah. How interesting is it?
I'm not. If I wanted to do the range like I have been doing, it's good to mid, but mid makes sense a lot of the times.
You think a personal feelings title swap is good? I don't like you no more. Here, take this title.
That was terrible. They legitimately had no, like, they were not being professional in that moment at all.
And honestly, I can't really remember anything else besides that from this rivalry. I really can't. I mean, the triple threat match, but it had Ronda in it, so I mean, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fine. It's fine, honestly, because you're right.
I say, like, I don't know.
yeah, it's mid. It could have been better. Like, I think it had potential with them being friends and then turning, but like we've seen that a million times, and so I think it's just mid.
With the caliber of these two ladies, and we know that these two ladies can go, this could have been so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. But
so much better.
It is right.
All right. Well, next we have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. And I don't know about you guys. I would put this in good.
Wow.
Okay.
I love them both so much.
With everything?
Yeah.
So you're including even the NXT stuff?
Well, I haven't seen that, so I don't know about that. Tell me about it.
The Miz was Daniel Bryan's pro. Daniel was the rookie. And then obviously the stuff with the Nexus happened after. Daniel Bryan got fired because Phil's better at names than I am. Who did he put the tie around his neck and start choking?
He choked Justin Roberts with the tie.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan actually choked out Justin Roberts, so they fired him. Yeah. So when they did the Team Cena versus Team Nexus, it looked like it was going to be The Miz, but then it turned out to be Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up having that match. But then I think The Miz came in during that match and like got Daniel Bryan eliminated. But at that time, The Miz was the United States champion. And then they started having a rivalry, and then that ended up with Daniel Bryan winning the championship. And then fast forward to 2016 to what?
Don't forget about that promo from Talking Smack.
That man.
There,
yeah.
That did it in, and then
that's what I'm saying, because it had a long pause. Like,
yeah.
I think it kind of ended after Bryan won the United States Championship from The Miz. And then it really started coming back after Bryan became general manager of SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
And, like, you could feel it, though. Like, you could feel the real tension between them. And
that's
I think...
exactly why.
No,
I think that makes it good.
I know that bothers The Miz, too, along with that. Like, because you have to factor that in. Like, bro, it is kind of true. Like, because when Bryan came in and The Miz was his pro... Bryan was more of a pro than The Miz was. So, like, that has some effect on it. Even on Bryan's side, it's like The Miz feels like he's higher than Bryan, but it's like, I was higher than you realistically. It's just because I'm lower here. But if you came out here, you would be way below where I am.
Yeah.
And it's just the realness between the rivalry. I mean, I'm not saying it's cinema. But it's got to be sports entertainment.
Phil, where are you putting it?
Phil's going to be crazy.
I was very much sports entertained by this whole thing. So,
okay, Phil.
Really, bro?
I'm
not that naive. I know how.
I'm not saying you're that naive. I'm just saying you're a little crazy. You know, you be saying some things. You know.
It's okay. I'm crazy too, Phil.
Hey. You gotta have some crazy ones.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
You're crazy. That's it.
Sure. What was that? Is that Ronda and Charlotte?
No, it's Ronda and Nia Jax.
All right. Why is that on there?
Why is that there? Did you just want to put it at cringe?
Yeah, duh.
Ronda and cringe.
I mean, that's duh.
But
you know what? Nah, you know what?
What?
Move Nikki and Brie up to L, because there's no way I'm putting Ronda versus Nia in the same bracket as them.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, true.
So yeah,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'm sorry. There's no way. I don't care what feelings I have towards them. There's no way. No. anything Nia Jax. I'm sorry. Like
I'll take
that
that.
was just them. That was just them trying to. Ooh, Ronda Rousey is the best fighter. Nia Jax is big, and I was like, that's corny. Get out of here. That's all that was. And then Alexa Bliss ended up like beating Nia Jax like with the Money in the Bank after like everything. So all that for nothing, you know? Cringe.
And I'm sorry I got that picture wrong. It's just that anytime I see the Raw Women's Championship, it's Charlotte. So I just thought it was the thing. But yeah, no, this was bad. Just I'm glad you made that executive decision, Axel. Put the Bellas up there more.
There's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, everyone, people shit on the Bellas, but they're not as bad.
Now listen, we're not moving this anymore. We're not. I don't think we're probably moving this anymore. I don't think. Maybe Axel has some things going.
Like I was telling my girl earlier, as much as I shit on the Bellas, I will still fight for the fact that they have the greatest debut ever. I'm sorry, Twin Magic was crazy.
Yeah,
that was a great debut.
Like just seeing one of them on one side and then seeing Natalia at the bottom grabbing legs, and it's like what the hell? And it's like, oh, they twins. That's crazy. Like, you know, it's. I would fight for top 10. I don't care. I would fight, but everything else I could care less. But the debut was cool. Okay. But it was really cool. I'm sorry. Like, what a way to show twins.
Yeah, they're iconic. And if Maddie was here, she'd be all upset.
Iconic.
He'd be
I miss the Iconics. But Ronda overall is just cringy to me. Every promo she has is cringy. I mean, when she called the titles D's nuts, I just
okay. I swear she does that on purpose. She does that on purpose
has to be
so that we can talk about her, and you know, and it just gets her name out there. That's the only reason why she does it. Because I mean, come on now.
Because if it's not. If it's not on purpose at this point, you can't.
And the fact that she demanded to be tag team champions with Shayna, and then all of a sudden the other time something happened when they wanted the tag team division to actually mean something, then they get repercussion for it. Whatever. I'm done. I can't stand her. I can't stand it. But
yeah, I can't stand it, and the fact that they're unifying the NXT tag team titles and the WWE women's tag team titles, I can't. But that's a conversation for another day.
I mean, I get it because there's really no more women's division. I mean, tag team division at NXT.
But whose fault is that? That's their own.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you got to do something.
And now they're going back to the original plan for the tag team titles for it to be defended on all three brands. That was the original plan to begin with. So the fact that you made NXT Women's Tag Team Championships because Vince didn't want those people to be going to NXT, it made no sense. Again, that's another discussion for another time. But it's...
Don't tell me what to talk about at what time, Phil.
No. Mary said it too, but I'm just saying, hey.
Oh, now you calling people the wrong name? That's crazy.
Listen, I am done, bro. I am done. Okay, I get it.
You guys are insane.
Well, speaking of tag team titles,
the
next feud is the Usos versus the New Day, which is honestly one of my favorite tag team feuds in history.
All time.
Cinema.
All-time favorite feud.
The rap battle? Come on now. Oops, hold on. The rap battle that
crazy.
Was
yes, the rap battle. but this doesn't count as them being like a tag team in a sort of a way. They were still rivals. When Kofi Kingston was going for the WWE Championship and Vince McMahon put the New Day through that gauntlet match with the tag teams, and the Usos came in and they said they wasn't going to fight because how much they respect the New Day and all of that. And then they just told him, yo, good luck, and dropped the mic and just, I was like, oh my God, that moment is like, wow. Like that's, yeah. And then Hell in a Cell. I mean, that's all you got to say too. Hell in a
The
Cell.
Hell in a Cell. I mean, that's in itself, man.
That
Like that's in
that
its own
match was
category.
amazing.
I mean,
That's
like
in
I
its own
said, I
category.
think it's one of the most iconic rivalries for tag teams. And they had so many incredible matches. It was just back and forth with the titles for well over 2 years. It was just them at the top. And
And
so,
people also have to remember
And
that this rivalry goes through years of the
mhm.
development of the New Day. From the beginning of the New Day to hell, even now in some stages, it's still
yeah,
fantastic.
because think about it. Because remember the Usos broke their longest title reign. They
Yep.
just beat.
Mhm.
Remember when they beat the New? So that still counts because they had to beat the New Day
Yeah.
to keep the titles.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a
And
heartbreaking day.
Yeah, we all
when they
knew
had that match,
winning.
man, so good.
We all knew the New Day wasn't
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
I just didn't want the Usos to beat the New Day's reign, like in the number of days. But it is what it is. The bloodline is the top thing in the past, 2 years. So I understand why they did it. It still hurts my heart because the New Day, they were workhorses. Like they did so much for the tag team division. And every time these two teams are in the ring, it's magic.
Yeah.
For the New Day to come in as black pastors and preachers, and for the Usos to just come in as their, the basic Samoan thing like they're supposed to be, and to get to where they are now,
Yeah.
together, the growth is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, the next one we have here is Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, which also took place over years. But what do you guys think about it?
People are going to hate me for this. A lot of people are going to hate me for this. But first, let me say, during the pandemic, around the time I started doing TikToks, this was the first feud that I started talking about, like on TikTok. The most recent one, which was The Fiend versus Randy Orton. It got me really back into wrestling. It got me stuck, but then we all know how it ended.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you think of Randy Orton when he was a part of the Wyatt family, and then Bray Wyatt wins in the Elimination Chamber. They do it at WrestleMania, and there's a bunch of bugs on the ring. And Randy wins, which was the bad call. And mind you, both matches the wrong person won.
Mm-hmm.
It's an L. They tried it. It worked
at
points, but it was just an L. Like all the buildup they did also with Alexa Bliss for her to hold down that feud the way she did up until Bray was ready to come back. For it to end like that also gives it the L too, because all that progress in Alexa's character, just for it to end like that, it was so bad.
It's hard because I want to put it in good, but yeah, I mean the ending was just so bad. It really brings it down.
This should have been so much better
for both times, because we didn't want to see no spooky, creepy bugs on the projector of the ring and all that. That was weird. That was like what is that?
Yeah.
This should have been so much better with the caliber of these two superstars. I mean, Randy's Randy. We all know how great Randy is, and with the mind and the creativity of Bray Wyatt for both of the times that these two were really going at it throughout the years, that this should have been so much better. And it,
which is crazy because outside faction wise, this is one of Bray's best rivalries.
Yeah.
Because him and Randy work so good together, but like the outcomes matter when you're ranking a rivalry. Like the wrong person won both meetings.
Both times.
Randy should have won the second. No, Bray should have won the second time, but I think they had Randy win at Mania.
Yeah.
And then the first time Randy won, but Bray should have kept his championship. Like it was kind of, it was.
Well,
Bray
I'm
definitely
voting.
should have kept the title at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm voting for mid for this. Where are you guys at?
I'm at L.
I'm gonna go L. I can see the argument for mid, but with the both of the endings going the wrong way, it's an L for me.
Oh, that hurts my soul, but
I love
all
these
right.
two, but it was so bad.
Like, call me crazy. They could have went so many ways. This is why I know they say fans shouldn't like do creative and all that because you'll end up like Tony Khan, but Luke Harper could have ended up getting a WWE championship match if Bray Wyatt could have stood champion. Like, you could have had Randy
should have been a WWE champion.
You could have had Randy Orton lose at Mania, and then Randy try to manipulate Luke Harper, and then that could have led to Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt at a random pay-per-view. I don't know, Great Balls of Justice or something. Who cares? It still counts. R-Truth got a title match. It still counts. Who cares if it's at Capital Punishment? But that you could have done so much more, but they just the wrong outcomes. It was just the wrong outcomes.
I have always said it. At that point in time, it should have been a triple threat with Luke Harper getting the title. Because Luke Harper at that time was really in between those two and making that rivalry so intriguing until it fucking went sour.
Yeah. Well, guys, let us know how you feel about this in the comments because it hurts me to put it in L. But we'll move on. Our next rivalry is Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin.
Yes, sir. This is motherfucking cinema. Yes, sir.
Best rivalry of all time, man. Oh, God.
Yes, sir. Madcap was not capping. He came through. You know what happened? And that's it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
thought you were
yeah.
Nah, I can't even lie. This was so cringe.
Like, I was cool with them like being, put together, and I think like they meshed really well, and then obviously, Happy Corbin turned on him because he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and it's like, again, we're seeing the friendship and then turning on them again in a storyline, and it just loses its impact. And yeah, that rivalry was cringe.
Corbin doesn't interest me to begin with, at least in this current, stint of him. So when it was the whole bum ass Corbin, and then he turned happy, and then and then all this kind of stuff,
be crazy. I think his best Baron Corbin was the Constable.
I know, I've heard you say that, and I'm like, it's.
I didn't care for it.
It just fit him better. Nobody liked him anyway. So give him a gimmick that just fits. Like, nobody, like, it's still crazy that he's the last person to have ever pinned Roman in like the last 3 years, almost 4.
Yeah, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, he got that.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, he has that going for him, Hey.
All right, this next one, which I could see going on for another couple years if they do it well, is Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes.
Oh, God.
Listen.
I have to put my feelings aside for Cody here.
You must be out your mind to think I'm going to put a Roman feud in cinema and not put the Seth feud solely off the fact that Seth kept this rivalry. Mind you, I thought about this like a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody complained about, Seth being where he is and everything, Seth not having a match and all that. And then it led to, him doing the stuff. We didn't know it was Cody. But when you think about it, at that time, was there really anybody else that WWE could have really trusted to keep a feud like that going on without knowing the opponent, to keep it that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look back at it and it's crazy. Yes, Seth should have got a lot more. Maybe he should have got a title match. Maybe, but I don't think anybody else could have done it. And for him to keep it going like that, this is bullshit. And going to what was it, like a Saturday or a Sunday? We're all just go, and it's like, oh, Seth Rollins is going to make a special meeting with Vince McMahon, and we're all looking on Twitter like, when is this meeting going to happen? This is so interesting. And then to Seth going in the ring, and for Cody to come out, just like it's cinema. From Cody coming up from the floor, you know, it's really him.
Yeah,
the anticipation.
It's really freaking Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, like it was such a special moment, and like you guys know me at the whole Cody thing. Regardless of me being like this huge fan of Cody from the very beginning up until now, like the whole thing was just so perfect, and the way that it all was going about. Cody leaving AEW to come back to WWE, to going up against a prodigal son of Dusty in a way, because he was the first ever NXT champion when Dusty was running things in NXT. He was legitimately Dusty's boy down there. And it just was a perfect mesh of, you know, son from NXT and son in real life. It was so good. And then the matches, holy crap, when it comes to the matches from WrestleMania to Backlash to their Hell in a Cell with the torn pec, like, it's so good. And
the fact that Seth came out dressed like Dusty.
Yes.
Like,
and that's just good old Seth Rollins. You know?
It really is. 100% has to be cinema.
I'm telling you right now too, is that if the torn pec never happened, there was going to be so much more than what we got with Cody's story, and then the whole Cody and Seth thing. There's going to be so much more, but the torn pec happened.
Just like we're going to get a lot more of Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. Yes, sir. I told y'all.
Don't even get me started on that, bro. But yeah, there was gonna be so much more to the story. It just ended in the way it did.
Viva la Raza, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cody and Seth will have many more incredible matches to come, hopefully.
Well, they don't like each other, so we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
But here's the thing: the fact that they didn't like each other, that they don't like each other in real life, also added to this, and they were more professional enough to get the job done for everybody. And Seth was just the ultimate professional, losing to Cody 3 times.
Well, I think it built up even more after the whole feud, though. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
Well, because Cody was getting the opportunity to go against Roman, you know, something that Seth feels should have been him, and he's not wrong.
After putting his ass over 3 times.
Yeah.
Seth was not wrong in anything that he was saying during interviews or anything of that nature. It was just Cody was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
They just
but then he didn't even end up winning, so.
And he didn't win anyway. So.
You heifer. Wait, what?
But our last rivalry here, honestly, guys, you're gonna think I'm crazy. Cinema.
That's crazy.
No, I'm kidding. Oops. I would put it. No, sorry, it actually went over there. I would put it in sports entertained because I was sports entertained. Why does it keep doing that?
Why do you keep putting it in cringe, man?
It won't go back. It won't go back to the thing, so I'll just put it over there.
Sports entertained for now. We'll talk about it. I'm not mad at you putting it here. I'm not. With the way things have been going down between Ray and Dom, and there's definitely going to be more stuff to tell and to come. I'm not mad at you.
They brought back the good old fashioned showing up to someone's house and just causing chaos.
I mean, hell, Dominic got arrested for 5 minutes, you know, or 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
He did hard time, Phil.
He did hard time, man.
Hard time. Hard time. Ex-con Dom, man.
Ex-con Dom, yes, sir. Viva la Raza.
But going from them being the first father and son tag team champions and their entrance at WrestleMania, like, still gives me goosebumps. Like, I love their first entrance together, and moving it all the way to Dom turning on him, calling him a deadbeat father, saying he wishes Eddie was his dad. Like, the whole thing is just, obviously, I follow, Dominic on social media. I know that none of this is real, but I don't care. It's so entertaining.
Like, here's the thing. Ray has to be, like, all like joking aside of like the ex-con Dom and all that kind of stuff, we know that these two are father and son. He has to be so proud of where his son's at right now in his entire career. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, they were tag team champions. I mean, a lot of people were saying he needs to get away from his father so that he can do his own legacy and, not be cast by that Mysterio shadow. Ray has to be so proud of his son right now with everything going on. And Rhea's obviously making this so much even more important than what it really was meant to be too. So
yeah,
all of it, so good. Sports entertained for sure. I'm not mad at that.
Axel, do you have any final thoughts about Ray and Dom?
This is an L. It's the worst season in history.
Liar!
Always lying.
I don't like how they portrayed Mexicans. I don't like how they always brought up the chancla. Like, not all Hispanics use the chancla. Like,
come on.
Some use a broom, a stick. No, I'm sorry.
Everybody knows what that is now because of this rivalry and the way things went. Especially with Zelina and Rhea too. Come on.
Yeah.
Now.
But yeah, it's definitely sports entertainment. First father and son tag team win the tag team championships. Ray finally turns. Rhea definitely did help this because the whole Rhea and Dom going there during holidays was so hilarious, so funny, which ended up to Dom getting arrested, for a couple minutes, maybe none at all, because let's be honest. But for him to get that gimmick, and yes, a lot of people may think it's cringe and all that, but he pulls it off. Some way, somehow, he makes it work. And people want to say he gets go away heat and everything like that. Listen, you get whatever heat you want to call it, he's getting heat. Mm-hmm. When he touches the mic, don't nobody want to hear that man talk. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. If y'all didn't want to give him a reaction, y'all wouldn't give a reaction. Y'all give him one, he's doing something.
Yep.
I want to ask you guys this one question because I've been seeing this go around a lot lately.
Yes, bro. I kept telling you, Dominic is really Eddie's son, man.
Oh my gosh.
Not that.
Yeah.
Is Dominic the best heel in the business right now across all professional wrestling?
No, it's ugh. It's ugh.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people say Dominic is the best heel going today, bar none. There's nobody better.
Dominic is top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I can see the argument for Dom being the top heel right now because he gets booed more than anybody, including Roman. Roman does not get booed as much as Dominic Mysterio, and that's because people actually like Roman too. So I can see the argument for that. Is that
piping crowd noise, or do you really think that's just everybody just fucking going in on it?
I mean,
we were there. We were there when he said the whole BMW thing. You remember?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, I know, man. That was loud, and I get
listen,
that.
What you need to do,
WWE. You love crowd.
I know we're fans, and I know we always knew about pipe noise and all that. But ever since Cena brought it up, I feel like everybody just thinks now everything is piped in noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, bro, he gets booed.
True.
Like he gets booed.
Yeah, and it's so good. Like,
I'm not.
He plays into it.
Yeah, I'm not knocking.
Dom plays into it so well.
That's the thing. It's just the arguments that I have been seeing. I've been seeing a ton of arguments saying that Dominic is the best heel going today. You guys don't know what you're talking about because all that's just piped in crowd noise. Like, I've been seeing it all. So I just wanted to ask that question because
he's definitely top 3. He's top 3. He gets real reactions. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people, they want to overuse that piping stuff now because Cena made it public. with Theory, and now everybody's like, oh, see, I knew it. I knew they piped in noise, and now everybody feels like everything is. It's like, no, you no.
Right. Yes.
If that's the case,
just bring it up, man.
Dominic is the greatest actor ever because he would act like he can't speak over something. He really can't talk.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's really hard for him to talk. And then also Cody and The Miz have to be the greatest actors ever because after their segment, when Dom was trying to talk, they're all over here like, huh? Like what is he saying? Like
oh no. Don't boo Dom.
So everybody needs an Oscar if that's the case. It's real reactions. Yes, some people do get piped in noise. It happens. No, it is what it is. But not that. No. The Dom is definitely top 3 hills going on right now. So that's that.
Yeah,
just asking questions, man. That's all.
Yeah.
Now you
that's fair.
You trying to make statements.
I'm not being a hater by any means, man. I'm not like I was just seeing that going around. Wanted your takes on it.
Well, I think we have made a statement with our choices here. So to go over this just real quick, to go over it really quick before we head out. In cinema, we have Lita and Trish, Kane and Undertaker, Vince and Stone Cold and The Rock, Eddie and Ray, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, Usos and New Day, and Seth and Cody. In sports entertained, we have Hulk and Andre, the Monday Night Wars, John Cena and Edge, Roman and Brock, Bailey and Sasha, Miz and Daniel Bryan, and Ray and Dominic. In good, we have Mick Foley and Triple H, and John Cena and The Rock. Mid, the only one we have is Charlotte and Becky Lynch. In L, we have, unfortunately, Stephanie McMahon and Brie Bella, and then Brie and Nikki Bella, and Randy and Bray Wyatt / The Fiend. And then in cringe, we have Jerry Lawler versus Michael Cole, Ronda and Nia Jax, and Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Is there anything you guys would like to change, move around, or do you think this is solid?
I already made the move I was gonna make.
I think this is perfect. If anything, I'm not changing a single thing. Nope.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I said this was a W before she even went it down. So okay.
Don't lie to me, man.
I'm very satisfied with this list, but let us know what you guys think in the comments. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Meet Us in the Ring. Follow me at Mary the Heel. I will let Phil and Axel plug their socials one more time, and then we'll get out of here so everyone can enjoy the rest of their Sunday. Almost had it. Go ahead, Phil.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Thank you guys so much for having me on the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. Again, this is a lot of fun talking pro wrestling with you guys. Axel, you get you get me sometimes, bro, but it's all in good fun. We love all of that. And follow me on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at PhillyMatt_. It's right there. I put it in there for you guys now. That way you guys can see it. Follow OTB on YouTube as well, trying to get to that 1K. We're at 750 now, so hopefully we get there by the end of 2023. So let's get it going, guys, and we'll see you guys when we see you. Thank you, guys.
You already know it's Pickle Rick on the scene.
Pickle Rick.
A-Town down all day, Bianca Belair all day. We're gonna do it backwards this time. Last thoughts before I go. WWE, you're lazy. The new women's title is literally a copy and paste. My children could have made it.
Did you expect anything more, bro?
Yes, because of the time that it took. Because otherwise, if it was just going to be copy and paste, that was so simple. They literally just changed the backsplash of it. Insane. I think that's it. Yeah. Roman sucks.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that McDonald's yellow on those titles. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the chat. And we will see you guys next Sunday.